Look, it's not just about sexism. That's like hugging a tree and missing the forest. Here's what I'm talking about. By now you've seen the footage of my old radio colleague Shauna Hunt taking down a loudmouth during a live news report. And you probably heard that the jackass got canned from his six-figure job for his performance. I'm on board with both those actions. The guy was defending his buddies who yelled, quote, "F her right in the p***" on camera, which has apparently migrated from third grade recess to become a trend across North America. The chattering that has followed has framed this as a women's issue, but it isn't. That's a slice of the pizza, but not the whole pie. Male reporters get the screaming asshats too. The core issue is something much bigger. Grown men acting like douchebags. We're experiencing an epidemic of adult males taking Adam Sandler characters as role models instead of massive schmucks. Their douchebaggery has a remarkable chameleon-like quality to it. It can shape itself like Plastic Man to suit its environment. When women are around, the behavior zooms in on female sensitivities. When men are around, you hear gems like, "What are you, some kind of fag?" Underneath it all is an Arrested Development even Jeffrey Tambor couldn't make amusing. We have a couple of generations of so-called men who are just large boys, man-children, baby Hueys. They understand the notion that an archetypical man is one who defies pressure to conform, marches to his own drummer, and stays true to himself. But the self they're staying true to is one they were in 6th grade. They think manliness is expressed by throwing off the shackles of basic civility. So they say things to men and women that are intentionally offensive, childish, or just plain stupid. The verbal equivalent of flaming bags of dog shit dropped on your doorstep. F her right in the pussy? What human being over 12 years old even puts words together like that? That isn't sexism, it's a shocking lack of higher brain function. These people have no grasp of what being a man entails. But before we blame these jerkwads, we need to look at who's responsible. A generation or two of kids weren't raised properly, and I blame this on the failure of the sacred institution we rely on to raise our children: television. Think about it. Who has become the strongest male characters on TV? Not honest lawmen, private eyes, or bionic men. We've got serial killers and meth dealers and mobsters. We've taken away strong, positive role models for our boys. There was a time when kids were raised on brave, stoic cowboy characters who showed the value of sacrifice and doing what's right even when it's hard. Now we have cowboys after eating a can of beans. Thankfully, there's a way to fix this with 3 words: DVD. We need to start strapping guys down like a Clockwork Orange and forcing them to binge-watch TV shows that will fill the vacuum in their adult education with prime examples of what it means to be a man. And as a place to start, we begin with the 5 TV shows every man and boy should watch, according to me. Hawaii Five-0, the original, not that lightweight ripoff. Jack Lord Steve McGarrett was cool under pressure. He was so unflappable, his hair never moved. Also, he dressed for success. He didn't dress like a teenager at the mall when he was 40. Mannix! Lots of important lessons here. Private investigator Joe Mannix didn't start violence, but he didn't run from it either. He faced down bullies, even when it meant being knocked out 55 times and shot 17 times in 8 seasons. Also important, Mannix provides a cautionary reminder to maintain the condition of your vehicle, lest you find your brakes not working while driving at high speeds down a winding canyon road every 3 episodes. Starsky and Hutch, classic cop show that shows the benefits of teamwork and working well with others. Except with their boss, who was always yelling. But he had anger management issues, and learning to work around a boss with personal problems is a valuable lesson. Rockford Files, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. P.I. Jim Rockford didn't go out of his way to impress people with his fancy home. He kept his gun in a cookie jar, preferring to de-escalate potentially violent situations. And he didn't go in for macho posturing and had no patience for those who did. Also, Rockford demonstrated the importance of always using your mirrors when driving, as it helps you to keep aware of which generic thugs are following you this week. The Equalizer, the real one, not the Denzel Washington Home Depot commercial. Ex-CIA spook Robert McCall showed that it's never too late to change your life or to try to fix the damage you've done in your past. He fought for the underdog for no personal gain. He showed that projecting confidence was better at scaring the crap out of people than waving a gun. McCall also showed that male introspection is a strength, not a weakness, especially when coming to terms with your role in aiding violent coups against foreign governments. And as for the opposite sex, these guys always treated women with courtesy. Hell, most of them were friends with hookers they treated with the utmost respect. And you'd never ever hear a single one of them say, "F her right in the Dads, get your sons the DVDs and sit and watch with them. It's the only way to stave off complete douchemageddon.